Warning, this video contains large spoilers for LucasArts and BioWare's upcoming game Star Wars The Old Republic. Viewer discretion is advised.
The Fount of Rajivari is not kind to intruders. Flee.
What's up boys and girls, this is Stephman and I am bringing you a little bit of SWTOR content. So I'll say now, the combat's speeded up a bit because some of it is quite slow and this is early level gameplay for the Jedi Consular. So what you're seeing here is me completing one of the story quests for the Jedi Consular's lightsaber. So anyway, this video isn't primarily about that, this is about my first impressions of the game. So right off the bat I want to say this game has been love. If I could have sex with this game, I would. So this is largely branded as a story-driven game. And what does that mean? Well, throughout this video you're going to see some of that story content, and when that story content begins I will shut my mouth and let you listen to it. But it's largely made up of the dialogue wheel you'll see in Dragon Age and Mass Effect, and as well as that, large exuberant cutscenes. What you're seeing there is one of the bosses that I decided not to take on because he looks very difficult. So my first impressions, well, I first logged into the game to the character creation, and the character creation left a little bit to be desired for me. There wasn't quite enough customization there. But I ploughed through it, I made my Jedi Consular, and I played her to death. And this is just one of the scenes I found most interesting, because of the pure amount of story it contains in such a small area. So here's a cutscene.
No further, Seeker. You come here unpurified. It is an insult to Rajivari's memory. Rajivari's apprentices were flawed, but they walked the fire and were reborn. Only a personal sacrifice will show your strength and resolve, Seeker. Will you be purified by flame?
So here you see in the dialogue wheel, and it gives me a few options. So I'm going to take the burning myself.
I will stand in the fire and show you my strength.
Powerful words, but self-sacrifice is the path of a fool. The Fount of Rajivari is not kind to intruders. Flee or suffer.
Okay, so that was the first cutscene, and as you can see it gave me a dialogue wheel through which I could pick multiple options which would increase my respect or not with my companion. Here's another cutscene.
You made it after all. I hoped your head would be on Nayland's trophy by now. I came here to prove myself to Nayland, but the traps... It doesn't matter. You're the enemy. If I can still hold a blade, I can stick you in the heart.
That makes you my enemy. Sparing you will only lead to greater destruction.
Ah, a disciple of Rajivari after all. Go now. You've earned the right.
Okay, so this story is probably going to be confusing you guys quite a bit, but I don't want to drop any more spoilers than what you're seeing in these scenes, so I will keep my mouth shut about the prelude to this story. So here's another cutscene. This isn't comprised all of cutscenes, by the way. And pretty much what I'm going to do is interact with this crystal. I get a bit of a sense from it, and it asks me what I want to do with it. And as you can see, there's gas being released, and I have a choice. Attack the crystal, don't attack the crystal, meditate through it.
I can survive this.
And as you saw there, I'm gaining more respect with my companion because my choice matches his personality. And it's telling me I suffered a bit, but I survived through it. So anyway, on to the companions. The big guy you're seeing there is my first companion. He's a tank pet, so pretty much he acts as a main tank would in any MMORPG, drawing aggro and threat. So he takes the hits instead of my squishy Consular, who's mainly a healer DPS class. The companion system is very, very interesting in the way that there's multiple types of companion. And I'll explain a bit more about those after this next cutscene. This is very cutscene heavy in this part of the game, but I wanted to show that off some.
Of course, here is the other. Seekers of forbidden knowledge always have their pursuers. If you came for Nayland Rallock, he has been and gone. So much is fleeting. But I remain. And I remain the man I was. Rajavari.
What precisely are you?
Your pet is brighter than he looks. When my body failed me, I refused to become one with the Force. How could I? The Jedi were still imperfect. Here, in my laboratory, I had refined certain devices. I could give one chosen apprentice decades of experience in a day. An apprentice to become worthy to carry my vision.
Your wisdom and knowledge were preserved through you and these devices you created.
I have waited for new acolytes. I believed Nayland Rallock was a suitable candidate. But disappointment. Nayland walked through the traps instead of solving them. He suffered greatly. You at least survived with your mind intact. Nayland, alas, did not.
Nayland's condition makes no difference. I just need to find him.
I miscalculated. Nayland's mind wasn't equal to the wisdom he demanded. I have made not a successor, but a monster. Nayland will not remake the Jedi. He wishes to destroy them and everything else on this world, beginning with the Great Forge, where lightsabers are made. Without the Forge, the Jedi lose their martial power. You must stop Nayland before he destroys it.
I thought you intended to destroy the Jedi. You attacked the Council.
I sought to cleanse them, to begin anew. Nayland wants only ashes. That weapon won't suffice against Nayland, but you carry the hilt of the First Blade, an old friend. Simple procedure would convert it to a working lightsaber hilt, and perhaps a crystal from the Forge caves to power it, given its age.
Finally, I will carry the weapon of a Jedi.
Pass through the caves and seek the Forge at the mountain summit. Stop Nayland, this abomination my knowledge has created.
Master Rajavari, you've held on to this existence for thousands of years. Perhaps it's time for it to end.
Ah, child. You see only what the Jedi are, but I saw what could have been. My colleagues wouldn't listen. I spoke of strength, they cowered. I spoke of a golden age. They chattered of overstepping ourselves. It will happen. Someday, the right acolyte will carry my vision.
You thought Nayland Rallock was the right acolyte. Now he's a threat to everything you helped to create.
You followed. There will be others. What is waiting to me? Go. Stop Nayland before he destroys the Jedi Order. Someday, I will see it saved.
And I didn't leave feedback because I've already done it for this quest, because I ran it with another tune and I came back to show you guys the wonders of the story. So what you saw at the end of the conversation there was a red and a white symbol. The red symbol being dark side, the white symbol being light side, the good side. So as you can see in this character sheet, I can equip my companion. I can see my light side and dark side ranking, valor, which is PvP, and all that good stuff. So while we grind through more mobs, I'm going to talk more about my opinions of the game. As I was saying about the companion pets, you can get different types of companion pets ranging from tank to DPS and crowd control, which is a very, very cool feature. As well as that, your companions do all the crafting for you, which takes a big load off the player. You're not still grinding for hours. The two companions you haven't got out with you at the time can be off doing missions for materials, all that sort of good stuff. So overall, the companion system is pretty awesome. It's pretty similar to Mass Effect, apart from the crafting scenes. And here we see a big nasty coming to try and kill me. So I send my tank pet in to tank him. This is a good example of what he does well, while I shift around the back and try to avoid the fire attacks. You can see the mob's fairly scripted. He throws out fireballs in this phase and eventually has a charge phase, so that's pretty cool for lower level. It's introducing people to the mechanics quite early on. And you'll also notice the gold star. That means that this is pretty much Star Wars equivalent of a named mob like you'd see in EverQuest 2 and World of Warcraft, meaning he's more powerful and drops better rewards. So let's talk a bit about the leveling up phase in this. At level 10 you'll be able to choose an advanced class, and what an advanced class is a specialization of your character. So rather than building your talent tree from the start, you get up to level 10 to decide what you want to do. So for example, with the bounty hunter you have a tank spec, a tank mixed with damage spec, I apologise for that, and a damage and healing mix spec. So you can pick one of them, and one will specialise you with technological weapons, and the other will specialise you with brute force weapons. So it offers a lot of different playstyles, with every character having these two specialisations. And as well as that, after picking your specialisation, you'll open up a talent tree, much like in World of Warcraft, or known as the alternate advancement tree in EverQuest 2. And through that tree you can specialise your character into certain areas. So it does offer a lot of customization choices. Overall, I'm really impressed with this game, and I'll definitely be doing more coverage when it launches. I've got more videos upcoming for the game. I've got 2 or 3 PvP videos I'm going to put up for you guys, and that's about all I've got to say for now. I'm just really impressed in how BioWare has encompassed the story into the game, because your choices actually have effects. If you decide to kill a person, he'll not appear later in the game to help you out or whatever. As for the dark side light side points, you spend them on customized social gear and stuff like that.
This will require a lot of concentration. If you could look out for me.
And this is how your first blade is forged. Now, a note on the companions. Each class starts with different companions, and you get different companions throughout the game, such as the bounty hunter starts with Mako, who is a technology DPS class, meaning she uses technology to inflict massive damage. The Consular, being more of a squishy and not able to tank so well, is given this big lizard guy whose name I can't quite remember at the minute, and he will act as the tank for the Consular. So it's really interesting, and every class has its own story. So the Bounty Hunter's questline is completely different to this, the Imperial Agent's questline is completely different, I've managed to play with a few of the classes, and all the stories are different, but they all match up to the epicness that I hope I've managed to convey in this video. With the stories, it really feels like you're having an impact on the world when you kill a key character and can't meet him again, or you let someone live and it comes back later to bite you in the butt. So I'm just really impressed with the dynamics that have been put in this game through the story. And here we're going to get in a bit of a tussle with this guy here. So there we go, I have my first lightsaber. And I must say, the sound in this game is also epic. Sound of that lightsaber powering up and powering down, it sends chills down the spine. The same with the bounty hunter weaponry. When you're firing a missile from an arm mounted cannon, it can't get a lot more epic than that. So here you see I'm very carefully, very slowly modding the lightsaber. That's another thing that I'll go into in future videos, the modding of weaponry. But yeah, you can expect a hell of a lot of content on this game from me at launch. I'm really enjoying it. I'm planning to do guides, hopefully get some collabs done with different people, and I'll be trying to bring you as much content as I can up until launch. I'm hoping to get a bit of an interview series going with other YouTubers and other figures in the community to let them explain what they found interesting and why they want to play the game, because a lot of people have got a lot of different opinions and different reasons why they want to play this game apart from the story, and I want you guys to know that.
Armed with the last lightsaber this forge will ever make. Look at her! Another Jedi to nod and preach and do nothing while the Flesh Raiders ravage our home. I know Rajavari's secrets, horrors that the Jedi, this Jedi, have been chasing, and only I can protect us, our families, and our future.
I'd like to hear what the others make of your opinions.
Nayland, she's done all right by us. You keep saying the Jedi are the enemy, but she's not.
I did this for all of you. If you can't see the danger, I'll show you myself.
Listen to your people. This is not what they want.
It'll make sense when you're dead. Let's have this done.
And there again, the voice acting is just amazing, and you see I ripped through him really quickly with his new lightsaber because it was awesome, and the sound is just amazing. Vroom, vroom. Literally after I got the lightsaber, I spent half an hour just powering it up and powering it down as I was running along. It's epic, and the voice acting is really quality. I can't stress that enough. But anyway, these are my final words. I look forward to showing you guys some more of the game. Thanks for watching.
I yield.
You beat Nayland Rallick? Please, you're not going to kill him.
And here's a decision, a key decision.
The decision isn't up to me. I should consult the council first.
When you consult the council, they'll ask you again, what do you want us to do with him?
How are we going to keep it
and
together?
that influences the rest of your storyline. That's what I mean about story. This is epic. Anyway guys, remember to like and comment if you like the video, and thank you for watching.